Let me catch my breath. Hi guys, welcome back to the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast, episode 34. On today's episode, I have a bunch of story times I want to tell you guys. I was in conversation with a couple of my friends, and I was telling them all these stories that I forgot. Like, I haven't thought about these stories, since they've happened. And I was like, oh my God, I should tell these stories on the podcast because they're, the perfect mix of, traumatic and hilarious. So today's episode is just going to be full of, story times. Also, before I get started, I want to apologize for last week's episode. It came out 10 p.m. and I thought I had it set. This is how y'all know I'm not a tech girly. This whole podcasting and editing and stuff like that, I'm so new to it, y'all. I was raised by 60-year-olds. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So I thought I had it set to automatic premiere, the option on YouTube and stuff like that. And the hosting website I use, I thought I had it set to automatically premiere on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that shit, right? So I'm chilling throughout the whole day. I'm like, yeah, my podcast is, people are listening to it right now. Hope they enjoying it. I go to check on my numbers and my stats. Bitch, it still say episode 32. I said, what? What is happening? So I was quite embarrassed. And, I didn't know what to do. I was panicking. My heart was beating so fast. And I was like, oh my God, it means this is going to come out on a fucking Monday. I was so hurt. And I was like this. I felt disrespected because I definitely pushed the option of automatic premiere. Bet you I won't do that shit no more. Every time now I'm finna upload the fuck out of it myself because YouTube and I guess everything else can't be trusted. I was so sad. So let's get right into the episode. I do want to tell you guys in advance that today's episode will not have an Am I the Asshole? Just because I wanted to give it a little rest. I like having that segment in the show. But, sometimes let's give it a break, and I also couldn't find any good ones. That's the number one reason, but we won't talk about that. Let's just act like I'm making a mature decision to keep it out of this episode. But I do want to talk to you guys about smoking. So if I haven't mentioned it in the last episodes, I've started smoking again. Not cigarettes, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I just started smoking again because, one, I love it, and two, I really don't know whether I'm going to go to the military or back to being a flight attendant, and y'all know you can't smoke for either one of those. So I was like, until I make my decision, I bet you're going to get a little high. But I don't know what's going on. I've been smoking since I was maybe 14 or 15, and I've always loved it. Always loved it. If there was ever an opportunity for me to light up, I was like, I'm going to fucking do it. I love it. And I used to love smoke with my friends. We would get out of school. You finna match? Y'all want to match? Where we meeting up? Let's meet me at the lake. Let's do this. Virginia Beach was everybody is a pothead in fucking Virginia Beach. So you meet a bitch at 7-Eleven and you see her buying backwoods. It's oh, you trying to, oh, y'all smoke? I've made so many friends due to weed. It's crazy. I'm talking genuine friendships. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. Or, well, I hate when I say that. I'm not old, but I am. It's time that I face that. I bitch is 25. I'm up there. But for real, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I hate smoking with other people now. And I used to love it. Now, I just want to be by my fucking self when I smoke. Even when I drink. And I don't even drink, y'all. I love a good bottle of wine, but hard liquor is a no for Zaria. I can't fucking do it. But, now when I'm smoking by myself, bitch, if somebody even looks at me, my high is blown. I can't handle it. And then matching is dead because I haven't matched with somebody in a long time. But because, I'm so tired of bringing this gas and then mixing it with mid. You know what I'm saying? That shit, you can immediately taste mid. It's just, this is, I don't know who you got this from, but you need to fight them because this is not, you should have just let me carry the whole session. You should not have brought this at all. And then, y'all, I know I'm going to catch some heat for this because I know the community is large. But I hate smoking with people that smoke out of papers, bro. Oh, my gosh. I cannot tell y'all how much I hate a fucking raw paper, bro. It's either raw papers or those, straight games, bro. And I'm not, and look, no heat to the people who love papers. Like I said, I know the community is large. I know y'all love y'all raw papers. But that shit is actually trash. And it's time somebody fucking said it. I know papers are like the healthier option, right? And all that jazz. But never once in my life, y'all, have I ever been rolling up and I just sat back and was like, how can I make this healthier? You know what? I've just never said that in my life. I don't care about being healthy. I'm trying to blow down. I'm 100% strictly backwoods. And occasionally I'll do a game leaf. That is not to be confused now with a straight game. A game leaf and a straight game are two totally different things. A game leaf is closer to a backwood. A straight game is like that. It's like a stick that you like slice down the middle. It's disgusting. Shame on you if you smoke it. I'm just kidding. But like when I smoke papers, with or without the filter, y'all, like it just literally doesn't hit right. Like I need that punch in the back of my throat. I don't need no little princess inhale. Like I can't feel the weed. I don't know, y'all. Papers are not for me. And I've tried it, like I said, with the filter, without the filter. And then some people are like, oh, you just haven't had me roll your paper. And I'm like, all right, shit, we'll change my mind. I'm the most open-minded bitch I know. Like I am very willing to have my mind changed. I'll be like, oh shit, you got me. You were right. Hey, look, now you're going to have to roll all my papers. Every single time somebody says that to me and they roll it and they pass it to me thinking they just passed me a sliver of gold. Eyes all bright, hair standing up on the back of their neck. They waiting for me to do that lighter flick. I go light it. I take a puff. Trash. I don't feel anything in the back of my throat. Like I can't even tell I'm smoking until the high comes in. And I don't like that. I don't like to just be high. I want to feel, like I said, I want to feel it hit me back in the back of my throat. Like that's the fun part of smoking. Bitch, if I just wanted to magically get high, I would have took a fucking edible. I just can't, y'all. I just can't. But for those who do, I am very happy that you enjoy smoking out of papers. Your lungs are probably healthier than mine, bitch. Oop, little caveat. Before I get to the next topic. So, I know hella girls smoke, right? And I know hella girls listen to this podcast. I just need to know if anybody has ever had this happen to them. So, one time I was going to go cop, right? And I roll my own blunts. I do all this shit, right? I do it all by myself. So, and I don't know if this happened to me because I was a girl and they didn't think that I was going to go, like, check them. But I went to go cop from this dude who was like a new dude. I was out in Virginia Beach. He was a new dude that I copped from. And I was like, yeah, I just want to eighth, da-da-da-da. I take the bag from him. I go all the way back to my crib, y'all. And this nigga gave me, I don't know what he gave me. I don't know if it was CBD, like the flower CBD. I don't know if it was oregano. I don't know a lot. But I do know one thing. I know it wasn't fucking marijuana. Like, it just wasn't. And I was so irritated. Because when he passed it to me, the smell that I smelled was a little funny, but I was like, not all weed smell the same. And that's just a fact. It all don't smell the same. Some of it's strong, some of it's not, some of it's, you know what I'm saying? It all got a different smell depending on, who you getting it from. So I ain't say nothing. I get home. I didn't even grind it. I didn't even roll it up. I looked in the bag and I was like, oh, this nigga got me fucked up. When I tell you I jumped in my car, went all the way back to his house, knocked on that door and was like, I don't know what type of show you got running on. Like, I don't know what the fuck you got going on, but you gotta give me my money back for sure. You gotta give me my money back, and I'm not leaving until you do. Like, you got me so fucked up. And then at the time, I told my boyfriend that because I was gonna go cop for me and my man. I went back to the house. My boyfriend at the time getting all mad. Now, if he would have shot your ass, you always thinking you big and bad and shit like that. You should have just took it. Bro, what? And y'all already know who that was. Y'all already know which ex that was. Like, nigga, shut up. There is no way I'm gonna take this bag of fucking vegetable mix, fucking bird seeds, when I just gave this nigga $60. I'm not doing that. I'm not just about to sit and be like, oh, he got me. Like, no, I'm gonna go get my fucking money back. Like, what are you talking about? You should have just took it. Like, nigga, y'all, I was so... And then the craziest part is, the reason why I wasn't scared to go get my money back is because I worked with that nigga. Like, the nigga I copped from was somebody I worked with. Now, I'm going to see you on Monday anyway. So, it was either I come back to your house or I punch you in the face at work. Like, I wasn't scared at all because I was like, this ain't no random nigga. Like, I know him. Like, and he tried me. I'm going to try him back. Like, what the fuck? Talking about something, just take it. Ooh, I was so mad. But all right, y'all. This next topic I want to talk about is going to hit some girlies in the chest, all right? I'm going to bring up some memories that you forgot you had, right? I desperately need to talk about the chokehold that Miley Cyrus / Hannah Montana had on like 10 to 14-year-olds. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I was going through some shit at my parents' house. They have like this little box of all my old shit. And I was finding blankets. I was finding pillows, cups. I was finding old birthday cards that sang songs when you open them. All Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana related, by the way. I was drenched in Hannah Montana. Like, that was my bitch. Like, and don't even get me started on the Tooth Tunes. Tooth Tunes. It's some of y'all, and listen to this, don't even know what the fuck Tooth Tunes is. Google it. I promise you won't be disappointed. You ain't never brushed your teeth and rock out to a song at the same time. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that teeth white song hit. Like, it was a time. It was just a time. I know for a fact her bank account still to this day has to be colossal, just from that 10-year period that she was, tour after tour, movie after movie. You know, they didn't, in the show, what was the show called, Hannah Montana? They didn't have 3 different houses in the show. The upgrades was crazy. Like, I know her bank account is thick just because of that. And then she kept going. Then she just kept going with the music career. I would have stopped. Like, the first time I ever make $1 million, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm just kidding. But it's crazy that she's still so relevant in the music history. And she was in her bag then. Like, she was in her fucking bag. So it's just like, let me hold $20. Also, I need her to make a grown woman version of the song Rockstar. I'm gonna try to input a little clip here if y'all don't know what that song is. The song had me in a chokehold. Oh my gosh. Between that and that song Obsessed, what album was that from? I think it was like that Meet Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana shit. That album that was like both of her. Boy, when I tell you them 2 songs had me in a chokehold. Oh my goodness. That Obsessed song, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Rockstar was like one of them songs you sing, you bop your head to. It's like, yeah. Obsessed came out when I was like, 12, 13. I have no boyfriend experiences, no girlfriend experiences at all during that time. But when I tell you, every song that song came on, I'd be looking out the car window, like, when is my husband returning from war? Like, when is the pain gonna go away? When am I ever gonna be truly loved? Like, y'all, I was 12, but I felt it. I was like, this bitch is singing the fuck out of this song. And I need her to update it. I need her to make like how old is she now? She about 30 now. I need a 30-year-old version of both of those songs because they ate hard. And I know if she just reiterated a little bit, she about to have the game in a chokehold again. All right, y'all. This is where the story times come. And there's one story I want to tell y'all, but I don't know if I should save it for Patreon. It's called the vagina story. If you know me personally, you already know what the fuck this story is about. Also, I hope I haven't told the story up here already because that's really weird. But I don't know. So I'm gonna tell this first story, and then if I feel like going into the vagina story, I'm gonna let y'all know. So I want to talk about a man called Buiscut, right? So I met Buiscut in Indiana. I used to have my own apartment in Indiana, Indianapolis, and that's just where I lived. So when I had this apartment in Indiana, I didn't have a car. So everywhere I wanted to go, I either had to Uber or walk, right? Or get a ride from somebody, which never happened. So a bitch was Ubering and walking everywhere. So one day, I was having a real stressful day. And I was like, I want to go to the store and get myself a cranberry juice and a Twix, right? It's either a cranberry juice and a Twix or a Red Bull and a Snickers. Like, whenever a bitch is feeling anxious, like, I have to have either one of those two. Like, I don't know what it does, but those 2 combos really calm a bitch down. And if you need to try it, try it. If you got anxiety or something, or you be feeling real nervous out of nowhere, try a Red Bull and a Twix or a cranberry juice and a Red Bull. The drink's got to be cold, though. Don't drink no warm-ass Red Bull cranberry juice. So anyway, I'm walking, and like I said, I'm having a real stressful day. Like, this was the start of my, like, downward spiral, bitch. And so I'm walking, and I be manifesting some good shit, right? So I was like, and I had on a little tube top tights, body was bodying a little bit, y'all, relax, a little bit. So I'm walking down the street, right? I got a mile to walk to this fucking store. In my head, I'm like, some weed, a blunt, not even weed, just a blunt. A hit of a blunt would be so magical right now because I'm stressed out. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's hot out here. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that was going good is that my rent was paid. Literally, that was it. My life was falling apart internally. I was struggling. So the whole time I'm walking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could smoke. I wish I could smoke. So just like a fucking fairy godmother, I'm walking down the street. This car pull up next to me, and I hear a nigga go, "Hey yo," and I look, and I'm like, "Hey." He like, "Where you going?" Like, "I'm going to the store." I don't know this nigga at all. It's a random nigga, right? I'm going to the store. He's like, "You want to ride?" I was like, "Yeah." "Yeah, I do." So I get in the car. He's like, "You ain't from out here, are you?" I'm like, "Nah, how you know that?" He was like, "You just don't look like you out here." Indiana is the hickest fucking state there is, right? Y'all be thinking it's Kentucky, Alabama. I promise you, on my life, it's Indiana. It's Indianapolis, Indiana. That's the countryest, whitest, hickest fucking state I've ever been a part of in my entire life. And this was a black dude, right? Actually, Biscuit was not black. He was definitely, well, he was black. He was just Muslim, right? No. Wait, Biscuit was Somali. He was definitely Somali. I remember now. He was Somali, which is, black, but I wanted to get it right. I wanted y'all to get the picture in your head right. So we talking, I'm telling him where I'm from, what I do for work, why I'm out here, He telling me, oh, that's cool and stuff like that. But when I got in his car, y'all, I smelled a stench of weed. I was like, this nigga got what I want, and I'm gonna get it. So he take me to the store, which was like 2 minutes. Like I had like 30 extra minutes of a walk. It was like 2 minutes when he dropped me off. So I get back in his car. I go in the store, get my little cranberry juice and my Twix. I get back in the car. And he's like, "Yeah, I could take you back to your apartment if you want, or you could just walk back." I said, no, you taking me back. It's fine. It's hot as fuck out here. You definitely dropping me off. So he was like, "All right, cool." So I'm like, "Hey, you know anybody?" This I be gagging it for real. I know he got weed in his car because I can fucking smell it. But this is how I just play. I was like, "Hey, you know anybody out here that sell? Cause I need me at least a quad or something. Like I need something." He's like, "Oh, you got in the right nigga car." He reach in his back seat, pull out the thickest Walmart bag I've ever seen, full to the brim of weed, full to the brim, in a Walmart bag. I was like, okay, well, I do want it, but that's a little suspicious. So he like, "How much you want?" And I was like, "Oh, just give me $20 worth." He was like, "Oh no, you don't got to pay for it." I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Cause we friends now." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's it. I ain't gonna fight you." And I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "You shouldn't make me pay for it anyway because I never caught from you before. So you should just give me a little bit, right? So I could test it out, and then then if I want to cop from you again, then we'll start the payment, right?" So he was like, "All right, bet." So he dropped me off at my apartment. No, he didn't. Oh my gosh. He take me back to the store because now I got to get a backwood. Now my day is made. So we turn around, go back to get a backwood, and he dropped me off at my apartment. He was like, "What you doing tonight?" I was like, nothing. Like, I don't be doing shit. We're in Indiana, nigga. I'm not doing anything. I'm in my house watching TV. I'm gonna smoke this blunt and maybe drink some wine. I'm going to fucking sleep. So he was like, "Oh, you should come out with me tonight." I said, "That's never gonna happen." I didn't say that. I was like, "That's probably not gonna happen because I'm just not gonna do that." He was like, "Well, all right." He was like, "Well, if you down to chill," he was like, "I can come around." He was like, "We can smoke some more, just chill out." And I was like, "All right." I mean, that don't mind. Now, I just want to put out a PSA. I do not be getting in random niggas' cars like this, y'all. I just really need y'all to know this about me. Like, I am not like he gave me no signs of creep. He gave me no weirdo shit. Like, he wasn't flirting or nothing like that. He was being a real cool dude. I just want y'all to know that. Even though he could have been in disguise, right? He could have been crazy as fuck and I just didn't know. But he wasn't, okay? So just relax. So he ended up not texting me. I fall asleep because I was high as hell. The next morning, I get a text, "What you doing?" "Nothing, shit, chilling." He was like, "All right, I'm outside." "Outside where?" He was like, "I'm outside of your apartment." I was like, oh, okay. So I come downstairs. I'm like, "Nigga, what you doing?" He was like, "Get in, we about to go smoke." All right. I get in, put my fucking seatbelt on, we ride off. I don't know this nigga, y'all. We done went to his house. We done picked up his cousin. We done went to his mom's house. I don't know where the fuck we was going all around Indiana. He done took me to the east side of Indiana. I didn't even know there was an east side of Indiana. Whole time we smoking, right? It get to nighttime, and we just sit in the car outside of my apartment complex, and he start playing music. He introduced me to, what's his name? He introduced me to Young and Ace. Now, I've said it plenty of times on this podcast before, y'all. I'm not a rap listening bitch. I don't listen to drill. I don't listen to trap. the only type of rap I listen to is like nerd rap. Y'all know, like Tyler the Creator, Donald Glover, Kyle, like all that shit. I like nerdy fucking rap. But all this shoot a nigga in the head, fucking bitch in the ass, I'm not with that, right? But when he put me on to Young and Ace, he was showing me like the diss songs and all the, and the remixes they was doing to that. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all know about this shit more than I do. So y'all know. So he was telling me, you know, the incident that happened with him, when he had got a drive-by on him. He got shot in the ass. His brother died and shit like that. It was brothers. And, you know, his girlfriend had to come and sit with him because he thought he was going to die. So we done went down this whole rabbit hole of Young and Ace, who he got beef with, who them niggas killed, who is Bippy. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are, right? But I was so interested in Young and Ace because just like him, I've also watched people that I love die. So I was so interested in him that we started talking about all this shit and all this shit that Biscuit had been through in his life, all the shit that I've been through in my life, seeing niggas get shot, seeing niggas get stabbed and shit like that, growing up around gangs and shit like that. Like, we were really, like, having a heart-to-heart. We was in this car for, like, 6 hours, y'all, smoking, listening to music, and just talking about, like, childhood and adult traumas. Like, Biscuit was my best friend. And I knew Biscuit for a total of, like, 2 weeks. I'm not lying, y'all. I knew this man for, like, 2 weeks. And he had such pretty hair, and he always kept it in braids, but he came to me one time, and it was long down his back. I was like, this man is gorgeous. But I just wasn't attracted to him. And I could tell he was not attracted to me. He was just like best fucking friends. We clicked so instantly. And I know for a fact he thinks of me as like a fever dream because our relationship did not last long at all. And then after that night, he was showing me Young and Ace and all this rap music and stuff like that. Every single night that I didn't have to work, that nigga would be parked at my apartment complex. It would be to the point he didn't even have to text me. I would look out my window, see his car, and just go downstairs and get in his car. Like, every single night, me and that nigga was hanging out, listening to trap music, and smoking weed, and just talking. For 2 weeks straight, y'all. For 2 weeks. I don't even know that nigga last name. That was my best friend for 2 weeks. And then, quit my job, moved to Jacksonville, got a new phone, and I lost his number. And I never talked to that nigga again. So it's just like, I know he'd be like, what the fuck happened to this woman? Like, where's my bitch? Like, where's my friend? And it's so weird to think about him now because I have never had a relationship with somebody I don't know that was that, like, it wasn't even like, it was so instant. Like, I've never clicked with somebody that I genuinely don't know so fast. And then to spend every single day with that nigga, it was crazy. It was crazy, y'all. So that's my Biscuit story. And I hope that the day this podcast blows up and he see me on YouTube with my 100K subscribers and my, you know, what I want, my 40K views, and he see my face and he be like, oh, I think I know this bitch. And then he watched one episode, realize he do know me, scroll down to this episode and hear me talking about him because you was my nigga, Biscuit. I know he not listening now, but eventually he will. And I miss you. I wish I had your number or like Instagram or some type of other way to contact you because you really held the bitch up when I was Okay, y'all. So, speaking of friends, I just need to reiterate something I said a few episodes back. So, just because we're in the topic of friends, right? So, when I make new friends, I really, really, really try my hardest not to hang out with them as much as possible. Just specifically because I don't want anything bad to happen, right? And that comes from a very deep, buried place of, like, trauma of me just not being able to, like, click with motherfuckers emotionally like that for real. Especially women. Y'all know, thank you, mommy issues. But, to be honest, it's really only with women. I can, like, obviously, I can, like, platonically hang out with my homeboys, no problem. But, I don't know, it's something about women. And I already told y'all, like, my mommy issues make it really hard for me to make, you know, women friends. And then when I do make women friends, I try to stay, like, far away from them as possible just so I don't fuck anything up or they don't fuck anything up, right? And y'all want to know really why I think that is? Why I can hang out with guys so willingly and not women? And again, I don't want y'all to think that I'm that type of bitch who's like, oh, I don't like females. I don't even call women females. So like, I'm not one of them. This is strictly because my mom used to fuck me up as a kid, y'all. Like, it's nothing personal against women. I promise. It's just, this comes from trauma. I promise. But I think, honestly, it's because when I was a kid, my biological brother and I were like a spoon coon. Like, that was my nigga, y'all. And my elder sister, the one I don't fuck with now, she was like the favorite child, the golden child. If your parents got more than 2 kids, one of them is this. And I don't care what y'all say. Like, my parents love me equally. No, they don't. One of y'all is the favorite. And if you don't think so, it's probably not you. But my older sister was literally like, she had an amazing childhood. Like, whenever my biological mom felt like being a good mom, my sister reaped all the benefits. And me and my brother would be, like, on punishment for no reason, locked in a room together. You know what I mean? She would take my sister on shopping sprees, buy my sister a cell phone, send my sister away for the summer. And me and my brother would be in the room playing Nintendo just because we can't go outside, we can't ride our bikes, and we can't talk to our friends. Like, it was, like, me and that nigga was in trouble all the time together. And we didn't even do anything. So, we kind of, like, created this resentment against my sister because it's just like, nigga, we siblings. Like, you don't even have our back. All of us know we got a bad mom, right? We know that this bitch is subpar, right? But you know, as siblings, in my mind, siblings are supposed to have each other back. Like, sneak us a little burger from when y'all went out to eat, you know what I mean? Let us play on your phone a little bit. My sister was just an asshole. Like, she was acting like, she would literally act like my mom. Like, she would act like we got in trouble. Or when we were in trouble, she wouldn't talk to us. She would ignore us. Y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be coming out that room. Like, bitch, you supposed to be on our side. Like, she was an asshole. So, I think that, like, paved my mentality, like, to just be really, really, like, aware of what bitches do and how they think and how they treat me. Because when I was a kid, all I had was my brother. That's why it's so easy for me to hang out with niggas like Elijah and Justin and Mike. I feel so comfortable around guys. And it's not because they have a dick. It's just because the energy, and maybe it's because I'm bisexual. I don't know. But the energy guys give off is just so fucking chill. Either they want to fuck or they don't. And I could get with that. Because you're not going to fuck me if I don't want to fuck you. So we could get that out the way clear as day. Right? We can get out of the way clear as day. And if you don't, then we can genuinely just have a cool ass relationship. A bitch can know your whole family. She can know your whole life story and still fuck with your head. She'll still fuck your man, talk about you behind your back. And obviously not all women, because I'm not like that. And I'm not talking about, ma'am, I'm not talking about you that's listening right now. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Every woman has encountered another woman like that. And it's just like, I got too much mommy issues. I got too much, women, I got too much anxiety around women in general for me to be putting myself in situations like that. Now, women I'm trying to hump on and shit like that, I ain't got no problem. But I think y'all also that's probably why I haven't been in a lot of relationships with women. I just be having sex with women a whole lot. I've only had 2 girlfriends, but I've had sex with I don't even know, really, a lot of women, probably like 10, 11, probably even more than that, to be honest with you. But I don't know, y'all. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. So if you got mommy issues, and I'm talking about literal mommy issues, like abuse, physically, mentally, like your mom was on drugs, and you growing up now, you in your 30s, you in your 20s, or even you 19, 18, and you wonder why you just cannot connect with women. Like, you see these TikToks of like 5 girls going out to eat, they going to Miami and shit like that, they girls on a girls trip, and you start feeling bad about yourself. Like, why can't I find bitches like this? Like, why can't I have true, genuine friendships like this? It's okay. I'm going through the same thing. It's just, you would rather not have any friends than to be friends with bitches you know don't have your best interest at heart. And that's okay. That's a fair trade to me. It should be a fair trade to you too. You should not want to, just for the sake of having friends and not doing shit alone, you want to be friends with bitches who would literally stab you in the back and twist that fucking knife. It's okay. Do it by yourself. Just do it by your fucking self. But all right, y'all. Since I was talking about my brother, I guess I will end this episode with a vagina story. Now, I know that sounded crazy. Hold on. My brother is in the story, but it ain't got nothing to do with that, okay? It's not like that. Let me finish. Hold on. So, back when I was a little kid, I don't remember how old I was. I'm not even gonna fucking try. Me and my brother were up at night. My mom was at work. It's like midnight. It's like 12 something. We supposed to be in the bed asleep, right? My sister in the room talking to either her friend or some nigga on the phone. I don't remember. She the only one that had a phone. Not me bringing up trauma. Anyway, she the only one that had a phone. But me and my brother are in his room playing Power Rangers. So we got hangers and we're fucking, bitch, got you, bitch. You dead, you died. The floor is lava, bitch. We fighting each other. We fucking each other up with these coat hangers. Mind you, we supposed to be in the bed. We supposed to been sleep, right? My sister is supposed to be watching us or whatever. She thought we were asleep, so she was in her room doing her own thing. So my brother's bed was on the floor, but he had this headboard that was made up of 4 metal bars. It stood up to like our waist. It wasn't high. It wasn't high at all. So I'm fucking him up with the hanger, right? And I'm winning. I was like, So I put one leg on his bed and I have one leg on the floor. So the headboard is in the middle of my legs. I'm standing over it like Captain Hook, fucking him up, right? Hitting him in the face and everything. I'm winning. So he takes the hook of my hanger and his hanger and he yanks me down, right, to get me to fall. Well, I'm standing in the middle of a metal fucking headboard and I slam down on the bar. And y'all, when I tell you, I let out a scream that could wake up Aang. Like I screamed so loud my neighbors was knocking on the door. So, and I had on jeans. Remember in this story, it's so weird because why did I have on jeans at midnight? That's fucking crazy. But I had on jeans and I'm screaming on the floor, rocking. My brother is like frozen with fear. He don't know what the fuck has just happened. His sister's on the floor screaming bloody murder, and you could just see a pool of blood coming out of my jeans. And I had on dark jeans. These bitches are turning skinny jean red. Like they're turning, I'm leaking blood. And he just starts bawling, crying, but he's crying, but he's not moving because he's so scared. He don't know what's happening, right? And he's just like, I could just hear him like whimpering, like, sorry, it was what they called me, Pooh Bear. He was like, Pooh, what's wrong? Like he is about to lose his fucking mind, right? But I can't focus on him because I just ripped my vagina in half. So like I'm screaming in agony. Then my dumbass sister come in the room. What the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all ain't here bleeding. Like, bitch, I'm on the floor rolling in blood. Like, don't fucking yell at me. Like, watch your fucking mouth. Like, get me to the hospital. So my sister's at work. She called my mom. She told my mom what happened. I can hear my mom on the phone. Oh my fucking God. I can't ever be at work without y'all doing some stupid shit. That's one thing about my biological mom. Anytime I specifically got hurt, I can't speak for my brother, my sister. Anytime I specifically got hurt, she always had a fucking attitude. And I was like, bro, I'm about to die. Why are you upset? I remember one time my elder sister broke my elbow and she was like, now we gotta go to the fucking hospital. Duh, bitch, my elbow is broken. Like, of course we gotta go to the hospital. Why are you upset? Like, that shit used to blow me so hard, y'all. Anyway, so I hear her cussing on the phone. So now I'm scared. Now I'm hurt, bloody, and scared because I feel like I'm gonna get my ass when my mom come home, right? So my neighbor knocked on the door. She was like, yo, what's wrong? And I haven't stopped screaming. I'm screaming to the top of my fucking lungs. My fucking vagina just got shredded. I'm screaming. So she come in the room. She picked me up. She put me in the car. We go to the hospital. My mom meet us at the hospital, right? It hurt so bad to take off my underwear and my pants. I was like, oh my fucking, I was just screaming in there. The nurses was coming in there looking at me. Everybody felt so bad. It was like, what happened? So everybody thought that I had got raped because I'm bleeding from my vagina, right? I was like, I promise you that's not what happened. So my brother, bless his heart, my brother is trying to explain what happened, but he's so fucking out of it. He's so in shock and he's so scared. He doesn't know what to say. He's just like, it's my fault. I didn't mean to hurt her. And then like, nigga, what you mean? It's your fault. What the fuck did you do to her, right? Every adult is thinking so negatively, right? But he can't form his words because he doesn't really know what happened. He doesn't know what he did. And he doesn't know. All he knows is that I fell and now I'm bleeding. He doesn't really know what to say because we're kids. So once I get my shit together and I start screaming, the doctor's like, I need you to tell me what happened. Like, who did this to you? Like, what happened? Like I said, everybody think I done got SA'd, right? So I get my shit together and I start crying and I stop crying and I'm like, so me and my brother we were playing Power Rangers. And I'm just trying to explain it and what happened. Long story short, I'm like, hey, me and this nigga was playing Power Rangers. I had my leg over his headboard and he yanked me down and now I'm here. So they're like, okay. So everybody calm down. All the nurses leave, right? Because they were like clutching their pearls like, oh my God, this is something happened to this baby. She don't deserve this. So when they heard I didn't get SA'd, they was like, okay, cool. Now we can do our job with a clear mindset, right? So I remember they had to take a look. Everybody was in this room, y'all. I ain't never had so many eyes on my vagina in my life, and I was so uncomfortable. But I didn't even really care at that moment. I cared more so after the fact. But in the moment, I was like, nigga, put ice on me. Like, y'all need to help me immediately. So what I end up actually, the injury was, so what the actual injury was that when I got slammed down on the bar, I don't even know how to explain it. Basically, y'all, I like, oh, this is about to hurt y'all. Oh my God. It's a lot of bitches that's about to like clinch up right now. But it's the truth. It's what happened to me. So I guess like, I don't know how it happened, but y'all, I like split my clitoris in half and like a little bit of bone went through. So I had to get like 3 or 4 stitches and I had to get some ointment put on me. Worst pain I ever felt in my entire life. And, I remember having to pee after that. I used to have to pee standing up because I couldn't sit down because I couldn't like pop my stitches. So I couldn't sit down on the toilet. If I was at home, I had to lay on my stomach. If I was in school, I had to stand up. Like it was like, it was real. It was like really traumatic. And it hurt so bad. Every time I had to pee, it not burned, but it hurt because I had stitches down there and shit was ripped open. And it was just a lot. It was just a lot. And I was so worried that I was going to grow up and have a deformed vagina, which I technically do, but it don't look, you wouldn't know until you was down there, right? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know unless you was about to, you was about to take care of your girl. But I remember the first time I ever got a wax, I was probably like 18. And I was so scared because I was like, I know this bitch look at vaginas every day, but she ain't never seen one like this. And if she start laughing, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, so I had to like give her like a little PSA. I was like, hey, look at me in my eyes. Focus real quick. I had a little injury when I was a kid. All right. So you might see 2 of something, right? But I promise you I ain't on no weird shit. It just healed like that. All right. So don't be giggling and shit. Cause if I hear you chuckle one time, I'm gonna kick you in your fucking forehead. So just please be gentle with me. Be sensitive with me. Cause I'm sensitive about it. And she was like, oh girl, like, please. Like I done seen everything. Like it's no problem. She was so nice to me. I was like, okay, thank you. Cause I'm real iffy about it. Y'all, till this day, I can get my brother to buy me anything I want, do anything I want for me if I bring up that story. He feels, still to this day, that nigga, 28, I'm 25, he feels so bad about that, as he should though, as he should. I remember when I came home from the hospital, he was like, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to do that. You can't have no kids now. Like, I don't know, Pooh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay, bro, I promise it's okay. Like, I'm chilling. You won the fight, that's all I'm saying. You the number 1 Power Ranger. Like, that's, I mean, you ate that, you did your big one. Like, it's okay. He felt so bad. And I'm not gonna lie, even though the healing process was so traumatic, because I think like every 2 weeks I had to go back to the hospital so this old ass nigga could rub some ointment on my vagina. When I tell you, I was like, first of all, I don't understand why we can't do this at home. Like, why I can't do this myself. But I guess I was too young. They didn't want me to do it myself and fuck myself up. When I tell you this nigga had to be 106, easily had to be 106, was the oldest nigga I've ever seen in my entire life. I was so disgusted. I was like, it ain't no woman that could do this. Like, y'all ain't got no woman nurses that could do this, or no woman doctors that could do this. This nigga is about to croak the fuck over rubbing this ointment on my vagina. Like, I don't like this at all. Then, in school, it was embarrassing. Niggas was like, Zari, why you standing up? I was like, I broke my vagina. It was like, what? I was like, I think I broke my vagina, bro. I can't sit down or I'm gonna pop my stitches. Your stitches? Like, oh my God. And then high school, when I was telling people the story, they was like, what? Like, it was actually traumatic. That was actually one of the most traumatic things that's ever happened to me in my entire fucking life. But all right, y'all, I'm going to end the episode there. Like I said last episode, I have a lot of things coming for this podcast, and I'm super excited for y'all to listen to it. I'm super excited for y'all to see it. I'm super excited for y'all to purchase all the things that I have coming. This is going to be the number one podcast in the entire world. I don't care what Joe Rogan is doing. What's his name? Joe Rogan. I don't care what Call Me Daddy is doing. I don't care what none of them bitches is doing. This will be, give me 3 years, 2.5 years. I promise this will be the number one podcast. I don't care. The animation for the intro I have is coming very soon. It's going to be fire. Can't wait for y'all to see that. I have new merch ideas, but I don't want to drop that until season 2, which will be after the 50th episode. The Patreon is coming. I already have the site set up. I just have to record that first episode for y'all. It's getting real, y'all. It's getting real. Episode 34. And shit is really coming together. Like I'm doing this podcast shit. But what I need from y'all, I know y'all listen to this on YouTube. I know y'all listen to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave your girl a review. Give me a 5-star. Hell, give me a 4-star. Tell me what you think. Don't just listen to this episode and click off and was like, oh yeah, I think that was a good episode. Tell me. Nigga, tell me what you thought about the episode. If you thought, it could have been a little longer, if you thought it was perfect, if you thought this and that, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the reviews. I would prefer a 5-star if we're being honest. But you got to let me know. You got to let the other people know that this is your favorite podcast. How is other people going to know about this podcast if you don't share it, if you don't like it, if you don't review it? You know what I'm saying? Do that for me. Do that for me. And I'm going to do something for y'all. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something real great for y'all. Okay, guys, that's the end of the episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and your girl's on TikTok. Let's make this podcast the podcast. Okay, y'all? I want to hear you talk about it in the streets. 5 stars if you're feeling frisky, and 5 stars even if you're not. All the beautiful music in this episode is by the amazing Zoe Marie. Zoe's music can be found on all streaming platforms, so please go listen and love it just like I do. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.